Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Siralim Ultimate, to what for now is gonna be our weekly Siralim episode. Just a few quick notes on that. I've decided to put these episodes up Sunday evening. I might change it to Saturday evening. Really depends on whether well, it'll go up either on Saturday or Sunday, depending on how early I get it done. But there'll be one episode a week for now, and the reason is because I am still waiting for the 2.0 patch to get released on Steam. I do hear lots of exciting and encouraging tidbits of information from people who are participating in the beta right now, and I'm very tempted to join them, but I don't want to risk anything happening to my save file. I know I can keep copies of my save file, but even that would be pretty annoying to lose progress that I'm making. Not that we're making tons of progress, but there is lots of grindy stuff that I hope to get done, or, you know, chip away at, and wouldn't really want to be set back on that if I can help it. Hoping that the beta comes out soon, but I'm prepared for it to take a while. In the interim, and perhaps luckily, I have recently, finally, many years too late, hopped on the Slay the Spire bandwagon. So I did start a series for that on my channel. That is also gonna be a going all the way to 100% series. And if we're gonna be waiting for a while for the patch to come out, I may just do weekdays, just Slay the Spire stuff for a while. Now, for the first few weeks, I've only had like a couple episodes, or like 3 episodes a week for Slay the Spire. And the reason was because early on I was just learning the game, just silently reading the card collections, and hang on, why am I not going in the realms? I should be going in the realms. Yeah, let's make sure we have our projects running, and I can walk and chew gum at the same time. I can go into the realms and do that while also explaining what I'm gonna be doing for the next few weeks. So, for the next week, maybe couple weeks, there's gonna be like just 3 episodes a week for Slay the Spire, because like I said, I was learning the game early on, and shortly after getting proficient with the basics of the game, I then challenged myself to get some of the more difficult stuff out of the way early. Namely, I wanted to get the speedrun achievement, which in my opinion was unnecessarily difficult. You gotta beat the first 3 acts in 20 minutes, which was I mean, I've already made a video complaining about that, so I'm not going to rehash all of it. What I will say was, it was the kind of thing that took me nearly 6 hours to do, and resulted in 30 minutes of usable footage, that being the winnable run. I mean, I also made I'm also gonna showcase some of my failed runs in the video where I'm complaining about it. So I guess I got a little bit more out of that, but it's the kind of thing where it takes up a lot of your time, and not all of that results in things that you can, in good conscience, just upload to YouTube. And then shortly after that, I challenged myself to get the heart killed with the Watcher, which is by far the most difficult character to play. Now, some people will tell you that, oh, it's the easiest character. It's only easy if you have literally every enemy pattern in the game memorized. Otherwise, you can very easily get killed by trash mobs and just completely fail out of the blue. You're just never safe. It's a stressful experience. It can be fun if you like, you know, the game to be just a, you know, a long memory test. And then, yeah, I mean, there's some merit to playing like that. But that was another thing where it took me about this time I want to say even longer, because I spent quite a few days, you know, like 2-ish hours a day trying 28 runs in total before I got it. And again, I didn't get any usable footage out of it because, as it turns out, the run wasn't recorded, but I did record a separate video going over the run history and explaining how it was that I got the run done. So in a way, it took even more of my time for not that much usable footage. So all of that is to say, for the first few weeks, I couldn't really do an episode on every weekday. But now that we're out of the difficult stuff and we're into the fun stuff, I mean, it's all fun, but we're into the kind of stuff where you can play for an hour and feel good about just showing people that without being worried that you're just wasting everybody's time. So, long story short, I'm gonna see if I can 100% complete Slay the Spire, and obviously document it before this Siralim patch comes out. I don't know why I set these crazy deadlines for myself, like that deadline that I said, oh, I've got to find all of the cards in Siralim before the update comes out, which we now know I was quite a few months ahead of schedule on that. So, you know, sometimes it works out. This one, I think, is going to be a bit of a stretch goal, because obviously to 100% Slay the Spire, you need to complete, I think, it's possible that you only need to beat Ascension 20 with one character just to get all of the game achievements, but it wouldn't be a true 100% unless you truly did beat Ascension 20 with every character. And that is the kind of thing that you know, like, I have a bit of an issue with the way the game handled it. I think because what the game does is it forces you to play only one Ascension at a time. So at a minimum, you have to do 80 runs total. Now, the way I would have done it is it's fine to make the player do the Ascensions one at a time, but once you've beaten Ascension 20 with any character, or once you've beaten any Ascension with any character, you should be able to try that rank with all characters, right? Because I don't feel like you're necessarily adding too much to the game experience. Anyway, like, my complaints aside, this is the way the game is, and the way the game is it's something that will take a long time to do the true 100%. But I think what I can at least get done, potentially, depending on how long this update remains in its testing phase, is this update for Siralim, is I should at least be able to get all or most of the achievements, and then thereafter, once we're back into the swing of things, I'll try and I guess at that point, because I'm pretty sure I won't be done with Ascension 20 on all characters. Maybe at that point I'll just do maybe a couple times a week Siralim runs. Maybe I'll do a lot of the runs off screen, and I'll only show every 5th Ascension, and then I'll show the Ascension, because really what people want to see is they want to see you beat Ascension 20. They don't necessarily want, like, especially after you've demonstrated that you know how the game works. They don't necessarily like Ascension 20 is the good stuff. It's like playing Binding of Isaac and watching someone with a fresh save file. It's like, yeah, I'll watch a little bit of people getting acclimated to the game, but what I really want to see is I want to see you play hard mode. I want to see you fight the super bosses. I want to see you I especially want to see you do Lost and Tainted Lost, right? There's things that are the key pivotal parts of a playthrough, and then there are things that are not necessarily filler, but things that are potentially just left on in the background. So that's and I feel like that's kind of the state that we are in with the Siralim right now, is that a lot of the climactic things, I'm thinking especially some of the Gate of the Gods fights, were we got those done fairly early, and you know, the ascensions, especially the ascension for the deprived and the pariah. I feel like if I was gonna watch a Siralim playthrough from scratch now, that would be the thing that I'm most looking forward to. Like watching people do ascensions. Especially the deprived and the pariah, even if all they're doing is following a guide. Because even following a guide, it's not straightforward, right? You gotta still do the thing. Alright, Lloyd. Nice to see you. And let's move on. Alright. Is there any reason to stay here? Not really. I could hand in the training mission, but I'm gonna wait until I have more missions to hand in, because I'm not necessarily in a rush to start another training mission, because I feel like we've got plenty of field items. What are they called? I think they're just called scrolls. Alright, where's the exit? Yeah, I think we've got plenty of health scrolls. Maybe I could, like, start getting scrolls for some different kind of stat. Do we need to hand in the goblet? No, we don't. So we're handing onto that as well. Alright. Let's keep going. So another thing that I like, I mean, and I guess this is really the only way to do it, while the new content is still not out, is playing Siralim once a week. Even if I'm just doing the same thing over and over, even if I'm just doing the same thing over and over, is it's like comfort food, basically, right? Actually, that's a very good analogy, because comfort food, you wouldn't want to eat that every day, right? But it's you eat it for a reason, right? It's comforting. Well, hence hence the name. So it's like doing it's like doing I don't know, rune farming in Diablo. If you did it every day, well, I guess the difference between rune farming and Diablo is that potentially you could it's the slot machine mechanic of you could find something that day that completely changes your mood. But let's say you were doing something else. Let's say you were just grinding levels, trying to get a new character to level 99, and you already had Enigma, you already had an Infinity, you already had, you know, Grief and Fortitude, and you didn't really need runes. Like, okay, yeah, sure, I find a Zod rune, I find a Jar rune. That's interesting, but that's not why I'm playing. If all you're doing is leveling up, that's a very long, grindy process, which isn't... Ooh, hey! Okay, I'm gonna say that's gotta be the follower of Zonte. Just as I was... This has completely undercut the point that I was trying to make. The point that I was trying to make was, like, this game doesn't have any of those moments left for us. It's just like level grinding, because we've already found the interesting stuff. But that's not true, because we just found a new skin, and skins are exciting. Codex? Yeah. So I forgot what the race was, so I'll sort it by skin, and it's gonna be follower of Zonte for the ravens. It's a raven with a beard, holding up the staff with his wing. Hilarious. The game still got stuff, but skin farming, while it is a lot of fun, isn't necessarily why I play. Skins are just meant to be fun extras that the game gives me while I'm already playing it for other reasons, is how I see it. And, you know, the main reasons are to explore the game content, which, for our intents and purposes, we can say is represented by the achievements. But, you know, some of those achievements are very, very long to get. And... okay, we gotta kill some slime packs. And... even though we might occasionally find skins while doing them, if all we're really doing is grinding, and there's no other game content left for us to discover, and all we're doing is just grinding out achievements, it's still fun to play, but it's fun in the same way that comfort food is, right? It's good to do, it's fun to do, Oh, I do have to kill candle enemies. I thought I didn't have to. Well, I guess I'll do it in the next realm. So yeah. I feel like doing this every day would cause me to eventually get bored of the game, get sick of the game. And I do not want that to happen. Oh, it's this Joker. Well, at least we killed him. That Joker, by the way, that leech, makes his entire party essentially immune to blight. So, that's why I don't like them. And another reason I don't like this realm is because these giants are very tanky. Alright, let's get some stuff summoned. We're nearly done for life creatures. We've got a lot of nature creatures to kill. We've got a lot of death creatures to kill. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at my skin collection. And I'll start it by race again. And now we've found 5 different... Well, this one was a Ascension reward. We found 4 different skins for the Elemental. Let's try and go to our bestiary. I wish there was... Because it shows you whether you found a card. That's great. I wish there was another thing you could do where it could show you how many skins you found for each race. Because we found quite a few Amaranth skins, quite a few Angel skins. That's the other problem though, is I'd want to kill enemies of specific classes. So right now we need... what? We need a lot of nature creatures to kill, and we need a lot of chaos creatures to kill, and death. Nature, death, and chaos. So and I wish you could see. So we haven't found that many Arachnolisk skins, nor have we found that many Arbiter skins. And I know for a fact Arachnolisks are nature. Maybe that's what we'll do. This realm, we summon a whole bunch of Arachnolisks. Alright. Alright, that's gonna be the plan. And maybe we find a skin, maybe we don't, but the goal is gonna be just... The other issue is it's gonna take so much more effort. But listen, if I'm only doing it every once in a while when I have to kill candle enemies for the Rune of Prophecies, and the rest of the time I'm just okay with the skins that I find just passively from playing the game, then I think maybe it's not so bad. So what death creature... hang on, how many... We found 3 Abomination skins, and for all we know, there are only that many Abomination skins in total. So Apis, I mean no life. So we're looking for death or chaos creatures, where there's a low number of skins. Oh, these skins are just really awesome. And then these are all of the god skins. Bard, Bard is nature as well, but there's 3 of those. Beacons are life. Brownies are chaos, I think. Cherubs are life. Chimera? I guess we get some brownies on the field. Do we need to fight a treasure golem? Why are these guys so tanky? Is another question. We do not need to fight a treasure golem. You, sir, can live. Alright. So being that finding skins is one of the last, you know, random bits of, you know, surprise that the game has left for us. So brownie is also nature. Alright. Constructs? How many construct skins do we have? We have so many. We have so many, but we bought most of these. And because there were so many construct skins for sale, maybe there won't be that many more to find. Punchers, what death creatures are there that we don't have that many skins for? Sorry, this is taking a while, but I think it's worth. So gargoyles are chaos, but we also have quite a few of those skins. Gemlings are sorcery. Gorgons are, I think, also sorcery. Imling? Nah. Inquisitor? No, we have quite a few of those. Leper, here we go. This is a badass skin. Alright, lepers are on page what? So next time we have death creatures to kill, and we have the objective to kill candle enemies. We'll start summoning some lepers. Alright, that's the plan. Alright. That's how we will, like, it's a two-way street, right? It's not just the game in terms of the enjoyment you get out of it. It's also how you play, right? So it wouldn't make a lot of sense for me to be like, oh, you know, I don't want the game to get stale, and then do nothing to change the way I play, knowing full well that maybe different ways of playing would make the game more interesting. And I've talked so much about how much fun it is to find skins. It's like finding cards, but even better, because cards, like, I get that the cards have their own artwork. Like, if you look at the the card album, right? They have their own artwork, but the artwork is just the picture of the creature, and you know, every creature type, creature class has its own color. So that's cool. That's cool and all. And you get bonuses for that. That's cool. So there's like an instrumental reason why it's nice to collect cards. But skins, they have their own special. They have their own special artwork. They have their own special names. And some of them are really clever. Some of them look so awesome. It's just on a slightly different level in terms of what you get out of it. Like the value of the surprise. Because finding new cards, it's like, yeah, I'm completing this checklist of this thing that I need to get done for this game. And getting it done was a hugely satisfying milestone, but finding skins feels more like I'm discovering a piece of the game that I hadn't seen before. And it might not be a piece that's hugely consequential in terms of gameplay, right? Because aside from, I think, dumplings, I don't think skins have any gameplay, have any impact on gameplay. So it's purely just the joy of discovery. Right, so we got the candle stuff done. Alright, so now how far are we from handing in a raid mission? Pretty far, so I will hand in my assassination and I guess my training mission, and we'll start on the next one. Particle of the Lost. Oh yeah, we're doing Godspawn assassinations. That feels like... Hang on a second. Do we have any free artifact slots in our party? Because if we can just start... this is firing up my imagination. Because if we can just equip... Oh god, I really hope they don't change this in the update. Like, oh, it's... I really hope they don't make the Godspawns like the avatars where you can't, you know, separate out their trait material and use it on regulars. Oh, because this is really... Do we have any free artifact slots? Spasm, aggravated illness, retrograde, 0 to 1. So all of our artifact slots are taken up. You know what? Hang on a second. See, this is another thing that happens when you are away from the game for a while, is sometimes you really need to see, like, avatars, you cannot hunt them. But god spawns, you can hunt them. So, you know what? You cannot find god spawn trait materials. Let's see. Is there some god spawn trait? Tools of creation? At the start of battle. 3 random perks, I don't think. 5 random spells, 1 from each class. Base stats, no. Random avatar spell? Random enemy trait. Stats other than health. Gains copies of your other creature's non-ethereal spell gems. Spells are more potent. Would that also count for stat modifying spells? This is interesting. Because I don't think potency would apply to spells that are, you know, percentage based, like fermented hops. Inverted gains 2 of your other creatures' innate traits. We could. This is really. This is. Making me think. Attacks, random debuff, stat increasing realm boosts is interesting. I think this is the only trait I've seen that even mentions realm boosts. 5 random traits. Chance to avoid damage. Do we have any adjacency? And like, we have all of the others. So let's see. At the end of this creature's turn, it gains 35% current and maximum health and provokes. That is interesting to me. Or, hang on a second. Ugat. After this creature attacks or is damaged by an attack or a spell, it gains of its lowest stat, so it won't be health. At the end of each creature's turn, this creature deals damage to a random enemy. Each creature's turn, equal to 80% of its lowest stat. This would be indirect damage. So, again, looking at my creatures, you have like five traits already. Maybe we get rid of 0 to 1. And we give it the thing where you gain maximum health and provoke. You know what? Let me also. I guess this is turning into a theory crafting video. Oh, I don't have that much time actually. I have a dinner to go to in like about. I have to be out of the house in like an hour and 15-ish minutes, but I have to shower before that. Okay, so let's not get too carried away. Let me also look at the other exotic creatures. Where are they? Oh, I went right past them. Attacks and spells ignore 30% of enemy defense. Would be potentially better. Topmost unsealed spell gem. Other than health, after it is attacked. Bleeding. Invisible. Ignores defense for each dead creature. Losing maximum health? I don't think so. So you could just do a double turn, but does the attack have to land? All right. I'm not gonna make any final decisions right now. So exotic creatures are interesting. I think the god spawns are. So this is the one we have. The god spawns are more interesting. You know what? Lunatia was good, but I think the one where you bypass defense ultimately might be better, because yeah, hang on. Hang on. I'll check to see. Hang on a second. Would Sharp Shell apply to fermented hops? Is another very interesting question. A very interesting question. And while I'm still not sure which of the god spawns could be potential assassination targets, I'm just going to go through the list in reverse alphabetical order. I think 76 was the lowest. Okay. Alright. And now we go in for a false god fight. Okay, I've got to really pick up the pace now. So we had our sort of brainstorming session, and I think it was important, because even though not a lot happened, for me, and I hope for you, I hope it fired up your imagination as well, just like it fired up mine. And because I feel like I settled into a little bit too much of a routine with this game. Like I've got a build that can comfortably clear things, but has some problems, and that was just the only thing I was doing. And now it's like the game suddenly is a place of discovery once again. Right, and I'm not sure if I would have been able to have these epiphanies if I had been doing daily episodes. I feel like I would have just been stuck in that grind. Oh, hey! It's Treasure Golem 2.0. Hey, buddy. Uh-oh. What's the problem? So I think this guy is giving them damage reduction, yeah. So after we kill this guy, they should start taking more damage, hopefully. Excuse me, like, why is your defense so high? Are you fused with something? Did somebody? I don't get it. And hang on a second. Are you just like dodging every attack? Like, why is there? Do they have extra? They do have extra dodge, so that is a bit of a problem. We don't have any damaging spells in this list. But this ghostly scimitar should kill. Alright, well, that was a little bit annoying. But we got through, and yeah, let's take it. Excuse me? Man, why are there leeches in this area, and why was my macro not working? There's some funny stuff going on in this realm, and I don't like it. Dangerous. A dangerous game. Might just get killed. Immune to attack damage, okay, so we got some nice bonuses. I think I may be wrong about this, but I think in the update there's gonna be better ways to sort your nether stones. And that is something I desperately need. One thing that's holding me back from really doing experimentation is I found so many nether stones and I just don't know. I don't even know what I have. I don't even know what I have. There's just that many of them. So maybe one of these episodes we'll do things a little bit different, where instead of... that's the other thing that taking a break from the game has shown me, is that instead of just playing and just going through and doing the same thing over and over again, like, we've got to do things... we can do things differently. So instead of... maybe we just do an entire episode where all I do is on camera, just so you can see it as well. And also, it gives people a chance to point out if there's some really awesome thing really awesome nether stone that I've glossed over, and they can use that to draw my attention to it. Whereas if I don't show you that, you might not even know that I had it, right? So I think Lost Construct is kind of... Excuse me? Oh. Was he blighted? Did he have... Hang on. What? Hang on. Did he have heal every turn? He had heal every turn. Well, poor guy never stood a chance. But yeah, maybe what we do next week is I'll just go through my nether stones. Everything is excluding health. That's annoying. Let's just get information. And speaking of netherstone, 2 trait netherstones: Flamestalker, Empowered Bone Spear. That's the Banshee trait that I love so much for the arena. If only I could take that into the arena with me. Alright, let's actually quickly take a look at these nether stones, or well, the one where we don't know what it is. Flamestalker. Firestorm, I don't know about that, and Empowered Bone Spear is just a fun spell to cast. So we'll go home. We'll teleport to the castle and set a new bounty. But yeah, another reason I want to keep playing is I do want to keep stacking my indirect damage reduction, just in case some really difficult combat challenge gets added in the update or in future updates. Because I thought this game was done, but like done getting new content. I thought this was it. I was like, we can just coast from now until we get that 100%. But clearly the dev isn't done yet. Alright. How long have we been going? 53 minutes? Okay, yeah, this is gonna be a longer episode, but I think I can sort of zoom through these last few realms. God, man. Lost Construct really had a rough time, didn't he? That was an easy realm. Oh yeah, realm instability is set to 0, and competent engineer 4. We are making little bits of progress. Alright, alright. Alright, let's get our head back in the game and let us charge through. We have a master to kill in this round. And we've got a... Oh, there you are. Let's get you, and do we just let's take a peek in a couple of these rooms. Yeah, I don't think we have to find buried treasure for this Rune of Prophecies, but I'll do it anyway. But now I think we should just run to the next realm. Get this, get the show on the road. Alright. Zenpang. I think Zenpang is fine. I don't think he's immune to indirect damage. And even if he is, I think we have ways of dealing with that. Okay. This I can do without. Nemesis, sorry, protected Nemesis enemies, just... If they ever get removed from the game, I will throw an actual party here in Toronto. Yeah, and it'll be an open invitation. Anybody else who also hates these guys is welcome to come to my yeah, protected elite cancellation party. Of course, if you do like them, then I mean, it goes without saying that you will not be welcome and you will be asked to leave. So, you know, just keep that in mind. But I mean, what are the chances of that? What are the odds that there's somebody out there that actually likes them, right? Come on. That's not gonna happen. Another boss. Come on, man. Oh, come on. I can't walk today. We've killed the master, so all we really need to do is find this nether boss, who's probably going to be in this big room. Yep. And Zenpang. He does try to attack you at the start of combat, or like triggers based on something you do, so he can be annoying, but not as annoying as Phobos. Okay, well, I don't mind. We didn't have a real dwarf objective for this Rune of Prophecies anyway, so I do not mind. New realm. Let's keep on going. Okay. You know what? Sorry, I was just thinking about like it literally is only just now sinking in that you can have God spawn traits in your party without having to have the actual God spawn creatures. So yeah, so sorry that's just I should just you know, not let that consume my mind right now and just focus on what we're doing in this episode, and just let those thoughts percolate. But yeah, it bodes well for the game that I'm having like these epiphanies so late into the series, and while the game is on the verge of getting even more content. So even before, you know, we get this, you know, deluge of new content, and from what I gather, there's a lot of stuff. I'm still finding new ways to enjoy the classic content. This goes to show that this game has got a lot of legs. Like a centipede. Is that dumpling a special dumpling? I don't think so. So you can live. I'm not gonna bother chasing you. Got a master to hunt down. And you're dead. And let us head on to the next realm. We're going so deep into the realms that we're finding nether stones from objects on instability 0. That's another thing I have to do. I've got to spend my piety, because I've got so much of it just sitting around, not doing anything. That's another thing to think about. Is there anything interesting we could do with the like the various game resources that we have accumulated? I don't think there's anything left for us to do with notoriety, but piety, I think. Man, come on. Piety, I think, does give us some fairly useful ways of buffing our party. Alright, let's get these knights taken out. We do have a master as well. Is that you? That is you. White master is gone. This is a real candle. Lots of fake candles in the Gonfurian realm, but you play this game long enough, you'll be able to instantly tell which candle is real. Alright. Alright. You can hand in the raid mission, but again, I'll wait until we're done fighting death creatures. Yeah. If we get to the False God realm and we haven't killed the death creatures by then I'll just summon the rest of them and finish it then. Then we'll hand in our Rune of Prophecies as well. We'll call it good. Alright. Alright. Well, that was quick. And that's another trash nether stone. I still haven't taken care of the nether stones, and I feel like the longer I put it off, the more I don't want to do it. You know, the spring cleaning, you know, getting rid of the low quality nether stones. The ones that are below rarity 140 are easy because I know none of them can have traits. But the ones that are above rarity 140, I have screenshots of the ones that I need to get rid of. But like there's, I feel like probably more than 20 of them at this point. Alright, let's finish this. What am I looking for? I'm just looking for the exit, I guess. So let's just go. Here we go, mind worm, and we don't even have to roll. So hopefully it's a realm that's friendly enough that we can summon enemies in it. Alright, that's not too bad. Oof, do we want to do that? I'll do that. I'll put him top of the timeline. But there's a good preview for what can happen if people are going ahead of you in the timeline. Oh, they're fused with snap traps, which is why they're sending us to the bottom of the timeline. Luckily, the false god isn't going to be fused. Unluckily for us, I'll do the 20% avoid damage, because the 10% is a bit too dangerous. A little bit too dangerous. I don't want to give him too many chances to do stuff. More health is actually good for us, because it means more fermented hops to bypass his defense. Especially because he has extra defense, and now he has even more health. Two enemies do remain. That's not one of them. You, sir, can just go. Well, here's not our master, okay. Here is our master. That's what I like to see. Is he healing? He's not healing. All right. This is gonna be a. It's gonna be a tough fight. Where could the final? There you are. That's not even the final enemy. Oh my god, what? Is there somebody in... Is there somebody up here in the room that I left? Hoping that we wouldn't need to go here? Of course there is. Always critical damage. Or let's see. 2 of our guys got hit. 3 of our guys got hit. I don't know what happened. I don't know why we cast Archangel's Blessing on him. Wait, maybe that was his own spell backfiring. But sucks to be him. And I do think it was a good idea to not give him the 10% damage cap, because the fact that we wiped him once and then got rid of all of his buffs and sent him to the bottom of the timeline, I think was important. Well, no, we know we can put inverted into our build by getting that God spawn thing, right? But I don't think so. I think we want to take something that's... You know what? Mystify is pretty good. Just to debuff enemies. And how are we on... We're pretty close. So let's summon some lepers. And let's get this stuff done. We're on page 38-39. Just want enough to get that objective done. Is there a reason to do it? Will we complete a line? We'll complete one line. Yeah, and then we'll complete this line as well for doing the... We're handing in the raid mission. Alright. I'm gonna have just enough time to shower and then head out and make it to dinner in time, so that this works out nicely. I guess if I want to fight lepers, I should just do this. But these are gonna be random lepers, and not necessarily the ones we summoned. All right. Let's head home. And now we've got to do things in a specific order. I guess the one downside... Oh, there's an object to the right that I could have broken. But that's okay. So, the one downside to doing one episode a week is some parts of the games... I am an idiot. Why did I hand in the extra projects? I should have not done that. Well, you know what? It's okay. Stuff like that. Stuff like that I would have remembered if I was playing the game every day. So I had it in a forge mission and a key forge mission, which could have given me some progress on this. Missions of every type. Obviously I'm not doing arena battles again. I guess we gotta do divination candles. Yeah, that was a misplay. You know what? Hang on. Let me try something. Let me check to see if this is gonna work. I closed the game without saving. I don't know if we did anything that triggered a game save. So let's try this. There you can see my test save at the bottom. save will soon be redundant, I think, because I think the new patch is gonna give you more intuitive ways of, you know, like sandbox modes where you can just test things. Yes, there we go. So now, hand in my raid. Don't hand in the other stuff. And I could have been doing this earlier as well, you know, when I'm accidentally handing in. It is a bit cheesy, but, you know, we're late enough in the game that a little bit of cheese is justified. And the next Rune of Prophecies isn't asking us to do any annoying arena combat. And the Forge mission is even gonna give us progress towards this. Pilgrimage is gonna be a bit of a sticking point. So that was just beautiful, beautiful. Hand in the Goblet of Trials. Okay, so this is gonna delay me a little bit because I am gonna have to figure out which character to switch to. Because I think we're done with the Dream Shade. Yeah, we're done with Dream Shade, so it has to be either Royal or Shadowbringer. I'll switch to Shadowbringer. And then I'm gonna have to do a little bit of mess. Okay, let me see what my anointments are pretty quickly. Voracity and Worldbreaker. Voracity and Worldbreaker. Singleton as well. What? Oh yeah, okay. Voracity, and I could literally just equip the Shadowbringer perk since we're playing as the Shadowbringer, but I'm gonna keep it consistent. That's that done. I've got to set a new bounty, and then I really have to start picking up the pace in real life after this. Just I'll still be on time, so that's not a problem. We just killed Mindworm. Let's go after Nebudar again. Now we hand in our other stuff. We're doing pilgrimages. Well, we'll see how that goes. Gotta do slot machines. Let me just quickly do that, otherwise I will forget slot machines in Siralim. Let me also start the rest of my projects. Let me make absolutely sure there isn't any other specific type of project that needs to be done. Okay. Let me also start. Then I'll just keep doing health training. As far as I can see, health is the most valuable stat, and unless somebody can convince me otherwise, I'm just gonna keep doing it like that. So Siralim. So it's almost right now for me in real life. It's almost 6 p.m. If I can end this episode by 6, I think I'm good. Okay. Just don't give me extra turns. Thank you. Slot machines was the other thing. Oh hey, we won something. And that's about it. So that's gonna be all for this episode. What did we accomplish? Well, we only got one achievement for beating our 40th realm quest as the engineer. So we're slowly chipping away at these achievements. But the really big thing was, I think, the sudden flash of inspiration that I had, where all of a sudden I could see possibilities that I had never thought of before in terms of fun stuff to do in this game, and I think it was much needed for me. I think I'd gotten into a bit of a I'd gotten a little bit too familiar with the game, just doing the same stuff over and over again. And while there is a lot of grinding to be done, it does really help to know that there are things to be discovered as well, because that at the end of the day, that is what is best about this game, is discovering new things about it. And that's also why I love finding skins. So I also changed the way we're gonna handle farming candle enemies. We'll focus on ones where we think maybe there are skins to be found. I might even start looking up. I won't look up names of skins. I'm just gonna look up how many skins there are for particular creatures, and then we'll start going that way. So yeah, that was I think a much needed a break for me. I'm not really even taking a break from the game. All I'm doing is reducing it to one episode a week, but having time in between episodes, I think, has really helped me be able to think of the game in different ways. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Like I said, hope your imagination was as stimulated as mine was, when I realized that you can just assassinate God-spawn creatures and just stack their traits into your own party. So yeah, without having to do the whole God-spawn quest, which is the other thing that really slows you down. And it takes up a whole project slot as well. So yeah, I am really looking forward to next week's episode. Next week's episode, we might do some more build theory crafting, or I might just do what I said I've been doing for months now, and finally look through my list of nether stones. Either way, feeling really good about this game. I feel like big things are ahead, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you'll join me next Sunday or Saturday, depending on when I get it done, for next week's episode, and until then, take care.